This tutorial is going to introduce you to the concept of a left outer join. It builds on the concept of an inner join we talked about in our prior tutorial. In this tutorial, we're using a simple database with two tables. We have the cars table and the colors table. If you look at our table structure, we see we've got a primary key, name, and color in the cars. In the colors table, we have the color primary key and a name. Let's take a look at the values in our database. Now we have two tables, cars on the left and colors on the right. This looks pretty good at first, but there's a couple of issues we might want to investigate. First, we'll see that one of the fields in our color table has a value of null. Null is a special value that basically means empty. We see we do have some fields that match. So our Cadillac and Ford Bronco each are color red because the car color foreign key 2 is the same as the color table primary key 2. Our Ford Escort also comes out okay, showing that it has a black color. The problem is going to start with our Honda Accord. The Honda Accord got a value of 5 for the color. Unfortunately, there is no color 5 in the color table. We also have a problem in the color table. There's an entry called yellow. However, no cars are currently colored yellow. We have the same issue with color number 1, where we see that no cars are currently colored with number 1. So an inner join is going to get us the Cadillac, Ford Bronco, and Escort. However, it's not going to pull back the Honda Accord because there's no matching color. Sometimes you might want all the cars even if they don't have a matching value in the color table. We also might want to get all of the colors, even those without a matching car, or be able to pull those that have null values. Let's go ahead and take a look at some queries. Let's start with an inner join query. Our inner join is fairly straightforward. We have all the cars and colors, and it pulls back those where the foreign key in cars is equal to the primary key in colors. This works great for pulling back anything that has a match. However, what if we want to have all of the cars even if they don't have a matching color? We're going to change line 6. Instead of an inner join, we're going to do a left outer join. Once we do this, now it's going to say to pull back everything from cars, which is the table on the left-hand side, and only those in colors that match. Let's run and see what we get. Now we have a new row called Honda Accord. This is because now all the cars are being included, even if they don't have a matching on the color side. We can also invert this. Let's get all of the colors, even if they don't have a matching car. Now, most database systems will let you do a right outer join. However, sql5, which is the database we use in class, doesn't allow this. So instead, we have to do a little workaround. We'll leave it as a left outer join, but then we'll just swap the two tables. Colors will go on the left, and cars will go on the right. Now we have all of the colors being shown, even those without a matching car. Now, once we do this, it might be useful to do certain queries to find out what colors we don't have in our data set. So what about we find all of the colors that don't have a car? What we'll do is add a where clause. You're probably familiar with wheres already. For example, you might say where color name is equal to the value red, and that'll pull back just the color, the cars with color red. However, what we want to do here is say, let's find all of the tables that don't have a car primary key. In other words, the color exists, but the car does not. So we'll say where car primary key is null. Now that pulls back all of our colors and only the colors where there's no car attached to it. We can also say is not null. This basically recreates our inner join because it pulls everything from colors, joins it with car, and makes sure that there's values on both sides. So that's the basics of a left outer join. It's essentially an inner join, except that the table that's on the left-hand side is going to have all the rows returned no matter what.